Monsieur l'ambassadeur, Minister, parliamentarians, veterans, distinguished guests, chers amis. It was precisely 5:30. A cold, grey morning in northern France exploded with the impossible sound of 1,000 guns firing as one. On this terrible signal, the soldiers of the Canadian Corps, the 4 divisions together for the time, climbed from their trenches and began to advance toward an objective Mady said could never be taken. The French had tried, and so had the British, with no gain, and tens of thousands of dead and wounded. On that Easter Monday morning, 90 years ago, the Canadians took Vimy Ridge. Canadian General Sir Arthur Currie, one of the masterminds of the battle plan, and who is among those remembered at the Valiance Memorial just across the way, would call it the grandest day the Corps ever had. It was the day a young Canada marked out a place of its own. In many ways, the confidence we have in ourselves as Canadians, the independence with which we express ourselves in the world, and the esteem with which we are held by the global community began with the courage and sacrifice of that day so long ago. Alors que nous sommes réunis ici aujourd'hui devant le monument commémoratif de guerre du Canada pour souligner le 90e anniversaire de cet événement décisif de notre histoire collective, un grand nombre de nos concitoyennes et de nos concitoyens se sont rassemblés devant le monument de Vimy, en France. Ensemble, nous honorons le souvenir de celles et ceux dont le courage exemplaire est une source d'inspiration pour nous tous, qu'ils aient participé à l'effort de libération à Vimy ou qu'ils continuent à appuyer par solidarité des populations dans le monde entier. Aujourd'hui, une partie de notre jeunesse répond encore à l'appel, endosse l'uniforme et s'engage, sans compter leurs efforts, au nom du Canada et aux côtés de la communauté internationale, dans des régions difficiles du monde, où il est impérieux de construire et de maintenir la paix. Pas plus tard qu'hier, 6 de nos soldats l'ont payé de leur vie. 2 autres ont été blessés, soufflés par une mine meurtrière dans le sud de l'Afghanistan. Il y a exactement un mois, j'étais à leur côté, à Kandahar. J'ai été touchée par leur détermination à toute épreuve, par leur courage face aux nombreux dangers et par leur sens du devoir d'assister les populations dans leur aspiration et leur droit à la sécurité, à la stabilité, à la justice et aux conditions favorables pour se développer. Qu'il me soit donné de saluer en votre nom ces soldats, leurs familles, leurs proches, leurs amis. Qu'ils sachent qu'ils ne sont pas seuls dans cette épreuve hors du commun. Qu'ils sachent que leur pays tout entier les accompagne du fond du cœur et avec le plus grand respect. Je suis enchantée de voir de nombreux jeunes visages aussi, ici parmi nous, et de savoir qu'environ 5000 autres jeunes Canadiennes et Canadiens sont à la crête de Vimy en ce moment même. Car vous, les jeunes de ce pays, avez un devoir de mémoire à l'égard de celles et ceux qui ont sacrifié leur propre jeunesse, parfois même leur vie, au nom d'un idéal de justice et de liberté. L'héritage qu'ils nous ont légué doit franchir le temps. Et la mémoire est plus forte que la pierre des monuments. C'est grâce à elle que nous ravivons en ce jour la flamme du souvenir pour mieux éclairer le chemin devant nous au cœur des tourments qui continuent d'affliger l'humanité. Ne l'oublions jamais. Ne l'oublions jamais.
My grandfather was in the First World War at Vimy Ridge. He was wounded. He was shot in the heart, but he survived the wound because at that time he had a packet of postcards in the left breast pocket, and the bullet went right through the packet of postcards and stopped maybe a quarter of an inch from the heart, and he survived the wound.
Can you tell me his name and his rank?
His name is Albert de Bellefeuille, and he was born in Ottawa. And on the picture over here is my mother. She's still living, and she'll be 95 in June. And she lives with me in Plantagenet. And the rest is her mother, father, brother, and sister.
Have you served in any of the wars, sir?
Yes, sir. I served in Korea, along with my brother and my two brother-in-laws. And they're also gone to glory. I'm the last of the warriors in the family, and I'm only 75, which is still a young age. But I'm the last of the warriors.
So when you see these images of war, what does that bring back to mind for you?
it makes me want to cry, because so many young lives has been lost for the safety and the future of other countries. It's like our troops in Pakistan now. They're trying to bring peace to the country, but there's always somebody don't want peace. They want they're a bunch of profiteers. They want to live off the people. And right now in Pakistan, they're all a bunch of RCR, Royal Canadian Regiment, and that's the regiment I was in. And I'm really proud of those men, because it's like family. It doesn't matter if I've been in the regiment and out 25 years ago. They're still family.
How do you think what do you think the impact is on the younger people as they see these images and films about the war and remembering those Canadians that have served and died for our country?
For a younger generation, I hope they get to learn something of what we went through at our age. Our age was the same age as what they are today. And I've seen young men in Korea, no older than 18, killed in action because they had lied about their age to go to Korea. And this is what really hurts me. They were young. They had no chance to live. They had no chance to get to know the world. So I hope today, by Vimy Ridge ceremony, that a lot of people will learn something from it. Or why that we go to war is to preserve the peace. What would happen if Germany would have won the war? What would this country be like today? Or France? Or the other, a lot of the small European countries? Maybe we'd be under the rule of the Nazi regime.